Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Tuesday, May the 16th, 2017. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. We create basically two main hypotheses and two alternative hypotheses in order to have a plan in place for what we expect the market to do. Then we wait to see what the market does, and then we have a plan in place that we execute on rather than trying to determine what we're going to do in real time. We do not try to predict the market. Nobody can. If anybody does, run away very quickly. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website. There's no blog. We do. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to session each morning in the pre-market, and then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the trading day. Okay, please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So very quickly, we just did go put in a new all-time high. We one-ticked the Globex all-time high that we put in not this last Sunday, but the Sunday before at 2403.75. And currently right now, we're trading 2402.50. So taking care of some business. Yesterday, our main hypothesis was an open auction out of range, a move down to test the range low or into the value area and down possibly to the naked VPOC, then rotation up through and to take out that 2403.75 and equalize the all-time highs. Our Hypo 2 was open auction, out of range, a move up, failure to take out the overnight high, and then rotate down into the prior range and go sideways. Hypo 3 was an open test drive with a move up quickly to the 2400, chop around 2400, and then push up through to the new all-time high, breaking the 2403.75. We basically got Hypo 3 in the opening, and we got up into the 2400, but we failed to push through to the 2403.75. We basically went sideways in this P-shaped profile. And I explained this before. If you go back when we've hit new centennial numbers, a lot of times that you'll see this blunt area. And why I always say I hate trading new centennial number all-time highs, because of the fact that they'll chop it around that that new centennial number, and both sides will fight, and it'll create this boxy profile. And basically all you can do is scalp in here for ticks, and it's very dangerous trading because you can very easily get caught on the wrong side. So there wasn't a lot of trading opportunities in the afternoon in terms of the ES. Taking a look at the news today, we did just have building permits. It was kind of a delayed reaction, but it was the opposite reaction because we actually missed on the number. We were expecting 1.27 million. We got 1.23. We really didn't do anything, and then 20 minutes later, 15 minutes later, we popped to new all-time highs. Housing starts again was a bit of a miss. 9:15 we have capacity utilization and industrial production. And then 9:30 we have Great Britain leading index month over month. 10 o'clock we've got mortgage delinquencies, and then New Zealand. There's not a lot of news this afternoon. Taking a look at the earnings, a lot of retailers out today. Home Depot was a miss. Dick's was a miss. Was a beat. Dick's was a miss. TJX was a beat. Staples was basically, not a miss, but as expected. So again, there's no real bad earnings. And then there's not much this tonight. You got Jack in the Box, Urban Outfitters, Red Robin. Mostly we're getting into the retailers. So not a lot of aftermarket earnings reports. Of course, I always like to start my day looking at a macro to micro. I start with the monthly and work my way down. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. I want to see where we are in terms of the trend in each time frame, so I'm not forgetting the larger time frame trend, which is completely intact right now, making new all-time highs. I did do some measured moves today. We do have a bunch of them above us. And I'm expecting, continuation today as my main hypothesis. We don't even begin to challenge the trend until we get below the 2300 on the monthly. On the weekly, again, we gapped up. We're getting our continuation. We got good slope and separation. The trend is up on the weekly. On the daily, well, we had this consolidation, and they had a false breakout, came back, tested the 9, and now we're getting a possible another breakout, and we one-ticked the all-time high that we put in last Sunday at 2403.75, and we got good slope and separation. We're holding price, holding the 9 quite nicely. Trend is up on the daily. On the hourly, you can see that we almost put in a falling 3 pattern, but definitely got an upside move on the 4-hour, and we came back and tested the 9 and bounced right off it. Good slope, good separation. Trend is up on the 4-hour. On the 1-hour, same thing. Looks like we could create a bit of a cup and handle situation. You almost got a nice cup and handle in this pattern. We were looking at this head and shoulder yesterday that we broke out of and basically covered the measured move. So the trend is up on the 4-hour, 3-hour, 30 minutes. Again, good slope, good separation. Trend is up. The trend is up on every single time frame. We do have a possible FUBAR Mr. Sneaky. We got 5 minutes to go. We got a possible, rotation pattern setting up here for a move back towards the 2401, 2401.50 area for a close of a FUBAR Mr. Sneaky. Technical gap on the 5-minute. It is set up, and the entry bar was this entry bar right here. I obviously didn't catch it because I was doing this. I expect to come down and close this technical gap and then see if we get continuation. Taking a look at the structure, well, there's not a lot of structure to look at above us because it's all brand new. And I hate trading these areas because there's nothing that you can do to lean against. You really don't have much. We've got this balance that we created from the gap up day, on the 25th of April, and the most traded price in that zone was 23.84. Then we gapped up. We tried to hold value up here at the 23.95 area. Couldn't hold that value. Sorry, my throat is really bugging me today. Came down, tested the low of the range, found buyers again down at the 23.80.50, accepted value higher. You'll see this pattern time in and time again. Then we gap up, we come up, and yesterday we chopped around in the 94.75, accepted value higher at the VPOC yesterday of 99.50, and then what do? We get continuation, and we're getting a breakout day, and we could see a continuation pattern up higher into the 2400s. Don't put past them rotating it one more time back down. Suck in the longs, shake them out by rotating, and then get the continuation. So taking a look at the overnight. Overnight inventory is basically about 60% net long. We do have a a new all-time high put in at 2404. Just making that adjustment on my notes here because it just put in. I don't know if that's going to be the Globex high yet because we still have lots of time. Still got 32 minutes to go with news coming up in 15 minutes. So I don't know. But basically, we accepted value at the 97.75, and they pushed up and put in the new all-time high. Not much more information to get from that. So let's just take a look at where we're at. Our overnight low is not likely to change, 96.25. Our overnight high, I don't know. It is going to be our all-time high in the Globex now, and our overnight high as it stands right now. Our VPOC is not likely to change, 97.75. Just below the value area low, and there's really no, there's a little bit of a LVN here, but it's at 23.9975, which is basically the centennial number, and I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Basically, the way I'm going to be playing this this day today is mostly to the long side, but I'm going to play it, okay, with a trade level at the 24.02 1/4. And I'm going to call this an over-under line, my upside over-under line. I'm going to explain this in a minute. And I'm going to play the 98 area. I don't want that one. I want this one as my downside. Okay, and then to the upside, obviously the 24.04 all-time high is going to be a trade level and a target, and then I'm targeting. I've got a measured move up here at 24.0775. I've got a measured move at 24.10. Our daily ATR is continuing to shrink. It is now down to 13.75. This is Turnaround Tuesday. Turnaround Tuesday can be an extension of the range, a breakout. It doesn't mean it has to go down when you say turnaround, but it does have that possibility. Also has the possibility to break up and get range expansion. But currently with the daily full session 20-period ATR, we're down under 14. We're 13.75. So off of the low of the night, which is the 96.25, it takes our daily ATR target up to 24.10, which will complete our rule of 10. Downside right now is 24.04 minus the 13.75. Our 24.04 minus 13.75. Our downside daily ATR target is 23.90 1/4. And that takes us right into that gap zone. I'm basically going to complete the half gap and test that breakout range that we were in. So below the 98, I'm going to be targeting the 95. Okay, I don't need this. So let's just take this off of here and expand this out right here. Push this to the back. Push this one to the back as well. I'm going to be targeting the 94, 95 area. There is, now look at this closely because you can see that I've got the start of this profile with a smaller profile, and then I've got the larger profile, the black outline, which is the larger profile, and then I've got where we tried to hold value, a 4-day profile, and then the 2 days that we came back down. And you can see that this profile right here, this profile right here, the 2-day, and then the longer time frame is all sitting here, all around the 90 to 91 area. So this is going to be my key line in the sand now. Getting very, very convoluted. I'm actually going to use 90 because that's the range low. A lot of stuff, man. Okay, and then below that, it's going to be all about the 87 and the 83. Because remember that the 83, 50, 84 area is the MC. Actually, I'm just going to take this right off. This is the microcomposite VPOC. Okay, whoops. Okay, so a lot of stuff going on, right? That's because we've been in balance for so long, and we've got new all-time highs. So right now we're trading just above the prior day. Now I put this upside and downside over underline. The reason is in between, I think it's just going to be a lot of chop. So I really want to get short into the chop, okay, into the 2400, and I really don't want to try to do much but take targets off in this area. I don't really want to add here because if you try to get long in around, let's say you go for the naked VPOC, well, you could get in, and then they're just going to chop you around because there's that's what they do around the centennial number. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the extremes around that what I would call slush zone, okay, and I'm going to trade the edges of it instead. So if they come down here, okay, to the 97, 98 area, I'm going to see if I'm finding responsive buyers stepping in here. Okay, and I can take a trade here, or a breakdown, I can take the short or add on to my short. But really, these are going to be my two main, unless there's an absolute defined setup inside of this, I really don't want to trade this area of chop. I mean, look what it did yesterday. It just chopped in there. So I want to trade the edges of it, okay, so that I don't have to sit in a trade and be underwater, or let a trade work and go nowhere for hours. So that's what I'm using the over-under lines for. I don't usually trade it this way, but around this 2400, you almost have to if you want to be conservative. And you know me, I'm a very conservative trader. Now, my main hypothesis is that we're going to have a open auction outer range, a push down into this area somewhere, maybe even just reject the range high, but I'm looking for continuation up and a push up into the 2410 today, if not higher, as a breakout day. But my main hypothesis based on the expansion, or the average true range right now is hypo 1, is open auction outer range or just inside a range, a push down into the value area and somewhere between the 2401 and the 97.75, finding responsive buyers, maybe even a little bit dip down, but basically finding responsive buyers and rotating us up through the 2400, probably chop around there for a bit and then push up, okay, and come up and test the measured move, which is the primary target, obviously the takeout and a new all-time high. Primary target up here, 2407.75, maybe even a push to 2410, and then close somewhere up in the 2400 to 2410. My hypo 2 is a open. Now hypo 2 and hypo 3 are going to have equal weight in my mind, but hypo 2 is a open test drive or an open drive and another continuation day and a push up into the 2410 and then a break of the weekly upside ATR target. And this is wrong. It's now up at 21. Our weekly ATR is running at 33.10 off of the week low at 23.88. Our weekly upside ATR target is up here at 24.21. But hypo 2 is basically another continuation day and a push higher into new all-time highs. Hypo 3, which I give equal weight to hypo 2, is a open auction, a push up, a breakout to new all-time high, find responsive sellers, and then come down, get stuck in this wick, okay, and chop around here, and then push down into the 93, 94 area and close, okay, back inside of this balance area here between the 95 and the 90 and a quarter. And then hypo 4 is a open auction just in range or just out of range, a push to new highs, finding responsive sellers, pushing down through to the 94 area, chop around there, and then failure and come down, okay, and come down and test the value area high of the longer time frame, microcomposite, chop around there and push down and close somewhere down here between the 83.50 and the 87.50. So those are my 4 hypotheses. This is very, and let me make this perfectly clear, for retail traders that can't go with size, this is very difficult trading, because you're getting a lot of whippiness, you're in unknown territory, there's not a lot to lean on, and you got the big boys battling it out. By the way, that great example, FUBAR, Mr. Sneaky, technical gap, comes back and closes the gap and then gets continuation. This is why on the FUBAR, Mr. Sneaky, the main target, a lot of times you'll get continuation, but the main target always has to be the 9 EMA, just in case it's only a pullback and then continuation. So always keep that in mind with this. This is my favorite trade setup. Everybody knows that. And I wish I could have traded it, but that's what happens when we have to run a room. So take a look at gold. Hit the news yet? Out in 4 minutes. Gold came down, did exactly what we said it would do. Okay, it came down to the the 2170 area. This was where the composite VPOC was when we were making our move up and our price discovery up. This is was the most traded price going all the way back to October 2008. Then when we came down, it shifted down. Then it shifted up here, then it shifted back down. It didn't shift down, so value's still above us, and we're starting to work our way up. We are in this distribution zone that is, edged by the 39 and the 56 area. Our 2-day most traded price, microcomposite VPOC 2-day, is 33.9, call it 34. We're currently trading 34.9. The overnight high so far is 35.8. It's the 39 you want to pay attention to, but you can use the 36.6. That's the value area high of the larger time frame. This, what is it? 4, 8, 9 day, okay, my composite value area high is at the 36.6. But I would be safer to wait for them to break the 39, but if you want to front run it, you can into the 39. There's, basically a $2.5 move there. But I would expect if they don't break the 39, that they're just going to rotate in this and will probably come back down to the 33.9, possibly even back to the 30 area, and just get another day of consolidation as they accept value higher. Any break above 39, then I'm targeting the 42. Okay, 42, 43 area. Remember that the 50% retracement of the significant breakout candle is 47.10. Okay, so anything above the 45.80, you're targeting the 50%. You can actually go for this 51.30 area, and basically a continuation pattern up towards the 1254.80. A break of 25.60 would likely take us down to the 21, and this time I would expect it to come back down and break through the 1420 and start testing the lower end of the 1200s, if not into what will be our next big destination below, which is going to be down here at the 1195 area. So that's what I'm looking at gold. They seem to be holding gold up pretty well, but if this market pops and we get new all-time highs in equity, it wouldn't be surprising to see a rotation back down to the 1200 on gold. Just waiting to see what news comes out. Trading 2403. Okay, it's basically a beat in both scenarios. So another bit of news to try to pop this a little bit higher. Anyway, I went long today, but there's lots to talk about. I've got to find a way to condense this down a bit, so I'm not taking so long. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.